Hey everyone, and Tony here with a review of the Philharmonic Salon, which is a concert that's dedicated to French mezzo-soprano and composer of Spanish descent, Pauline Viardot-Garcia. The speakers were Imogen Kolge and Burkhard Klausner. The master of ceremonies was Götz Teutsch. The soprano was Chen Reis. On the violin was Dorian Joji. On the clarinet was Wenzel Fuchs. And on the piano was Cordelia Hofer. Now, the thing about Pauline Viardot-Garcia is that she was a very well-known French and Spanish mezzo-soprano who specialized in singing a lot of lyric mezzo and some soprano roles, and she was a very well-known composer at the time. One of the compositions that I knew was Cendrillon, although I never really listened to Viardot's version of the fairy tale opera. But she was very well known by a lot of composers, singers, poets, regardless of what generation they came from. And she certainly has an effect on music in terms of opera and song. And frankly, if I would have been in Pauline Viardot-Garcia's time, I would have been really impressed by her voice. She basically sang a lot of roles in the mezzo and soprano repertoire and has been lauded by critics and fans everywhere back in her days. And a lot of singers have a lot of memoirs that were dedicated to her. So that's what leads us to this concert. There was an opening made by the Master of Ceremonies, Götz Teutsch, and he basically commented on how beautiful this season really is. And then we start off with Vittorio Monti's Czardas, but not with a violin and the piano. Oh no. But it was with a clarinet and the piano. Now, my experience with Monti's Czardas kind of goes back ever since I was a child. When I was a kid, I basically listened to the version with the violin, and it's really one of the most difficult pieces to be played on both the piano and the violin, especially on the violin, because it is so rapid. You have to really know where to place your fingers on such an accurate pace. And with the clarinet, it kind of is the same story. The pace is quite rapid that you have to really make sure that you place your fingers on the right holes and everything else in between. But it's a very exciting piece of music because it was a lot of fun to listen to. And Wenzel Fuchs manages to do a very great job in making this piece wonderful, accompanied by the pianist Cordelia Hofer. I felt that both of them were fantastic. And then in the second part of this concert, we have 6 pieces for violin and the piano, which only one of them was played, the Andante Mosso. And I thought that Dorian Joji and Cordelia Hofer played very well, especially Joji, who really gave his soul to playing such a beautiful instrument. But I felt that he was at his best when he played, let me find the piece right there. Pauline Viardot's 6 pieces for violin and piano, the Bohemian and Mazurka. I felt that those were the best moments of hearing Mr. Joji playing the violin and with Miss Hofer playing the piano. I felt that both of them had a lot of chemistry, especially in those 2 pieces. And speaking of which, I definitely could see a lot of passion and beauty spring out from Dorian Joji's playing of the violin. And with Cordelia Hofer, I could really see the joy that she has in playing the piano. I could see the smile that she has on her face. the way that she feels the music. It is just so enthralling. It's just a thrill to see someone so optimistic and so passionate that I could really see her smiling. I mean, it just seems like a walk in the park for her to play such beautiful, beautiful notes. And the speakers themselves were absolutely great. They were able to be themselves, they were able to be their natural selves, and they were kind of able to convey of what happened at the time, of what these singers and composers said, like Marian Brandt, the late Dietrich Fischer-Dieskau, um, and some unknown authors, and of course Heinrich Heine, and they even read some excerpts from romances like Ivan Turgenev's Smoke and Georges Sand's Consuelo. They were able to read some excerpts of it, which I thought really added to the beauty of this concert, since this is both an afternoon of poems and music. But I feel that my most favorite part of this concert was hearing Chen Rice sing. It was such a beautiful, silvery, lyrical instrument that was just so addicting to listen to. And I've only heard her voice a couple of times online, and I definitely felt that she had such a beautiful voice. And I've also read her repertoire. She specializes in a lot of the light lyric and lyric coloratura soprano roles. And here I thought she was absolutely amazing. She had such a gorgeous tone, and she had such a silvery timbre, and she was absolutely beautiful, especially in all of the Lieder and the French songs that she sang. I felt that those were her high points of this concert, especially the French songs like Franz Liszt's Au Quand je dors and Johannes Brahms' An die Nachtigall and Pauline Viardot's Hi Luli. But I personally loved her singing in Una voce poco fona. That was just beautiful. I don't know what's with me whenever I think of a soprano that sings Una voce poco fa in a higher key. Now, I feel that's absolutely exciting. I know that Rosina is composed for, well, originally for a mezzo-soprano, but hearing a soprano sing Rosina, for me, in my opinion, is just absolutely a lot more thrilling, a lot more fun, because, well, Rosina is jovial, and she's very fun-loving. Maybe that's just my tastes, but personally, hearing Miss Rice singing Una voce poco fa was a thrill. She was able to hit all of those high C's beautifully and perfectly without any straining to her voice. And what more can I say? She had such a dazzling instrument, but it was put to great use on the Lieder and the songs. So overall, this was absolutely a great day for both poems and music. Special kudos to Miss Reese and Dorian Joji, Wenzel Fuchs, and Cordelia Höfer. I felt that every musician gave their best and they made such beautiful, beautiful music. And the speakers, absolutely very convincing in what texts they spoke, and even in the memoirs and the romances that they read from. So overall, this was absolutely fantastic. And it made me rediscover Pauline Viardot-Garcia not only as a singer and as a composer, but also as an artist who contributed so much into the world of music. And personally, what more can I ask for? I was absolutely pleased with what happened today. Well, that's all for now. Be sure to tune into my next review. I'm not so sure if I'm going to make a review tomorrow, but for sure I'm going to make 3 reviews this next weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, of Cavalleria Rusticana and I Pagliacci. That will be on Friday. And on Saturday is, what was that? Ah, but for sure, Sunday will be Le Nozze di Figaro. And oh yes, Saturday on the 15th, I'll be reviewing Massenet's Werther, which is live streamed from the Metropolitan Opera House, starring Jonas Kaufmann and Sophie Koch. So Friday the 14th is Cavalleria and Pagliacci. The 15th is Werther live from the Met. And the 16th is Mozart's Le Nozze di Figaro, which is going to be shown at the Staatsoper Stille Theater. Until then, this is Antoni signing off and wishing you all a good night.